And welcome to another episode of Life I'm Gonna Podcast, guys. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, share with a friend, and turn on those notices. All right, guys, let's have a quick conversation about Christos Zolis. I'm joining you after the emphatic winning the Community Shield against Man City, or I would guess everybody would say they're our biggest rivals. But there was something that was very clear, and it's been clear throughout preseason. I guess it was being clear beyond preseason, and that is why Arsenal chose to bring Mr. Solis into the club. But there was something that was very apparent and very clear throughout preseason and in the game yesterday. So Mr. Solis of Formula Bruges, 2024-25, 38 matches, 16 goals, 6 assists. 2025-2026 season, 17 goals and 23 assists in 36 games. Now, that is extraordinarily high. No matter what you think about the quality of a league and position and defense and all of that, these numbers are extraordinarily high. You will have a lot of very, very, very good players coming out of these leagues. Your Tillemans, um, Trossard, um, Charles de Cattelera. And I guarantee if you looked at the time at which the lefties, left the clubs in these leagues, Anderlecht or whatever, to come to the Premier League or wherever they went, AC Milan and these clubs, that they weren't signed based on such high numbers. The evidence wasn't absolutely obvious. I mean, they showed some promise, obviously, and that is why clubs decide to invest. But the the quantity of goals and assists, guys. I'm at a loss for words. The quantity of goals and assists, the work ethic, the ball sensibility that you have to get to this level of numbers is extraordinary. And a lot of people would look at the fact that Solis is coming from a lower league and say, yeah, we signed this guy and but he's really back up. We want the superstar, and we do need somebody else because we want something different on that side. In addition to Solis, we can't at this point we can't hide from the fact, based on the evidence, that this guy is operating at a level beyond our wildest dreams for somebody who's supposed to be a backup. This guy in preseason, I think he has 6 goals and assists over the past 3 or 4 games, 3 games. And in the Community Shield, he added another 2 assists to that. His defensive plays, willingness to want to buy into Mikel Arteta's philosophy and wanting to trap back, defend, to break forward, to take on his man, to look for solutions constantly is probably, I guess, what stands out to Arsenal fans the most. So he's of the highest quality, really. And I think we're all the Arsenal fans are in, maybe and the entire league is going to be in for an enormous surprise, because I think that this guy is going to end up being one of our highest goals and assists earners this season, this upcoming season. I think he's going to just absolutely just blow our socks off. Um, and then maybe that cry for something that Barcola, who is not necessarily known for his output, and especially at the numbers that he's been quoted on Paris Saint-Germain in order to acquire him, to acquire his services, is going to look like a complete and utter waste of money when you compare the output at the end of the season. And it's such a catch-22, guys, because we know when you win a league, when you've been competitive for so long, you come second 3 years in a row, you win it. And then you have a game like yesterday in the Community Shield against our biggest challengers in the season prior, and we just absolutely dismantle them. Then and then you listen to the coach from Mikel Arteta, and he says, guys, yeah, obviously we want to buy players, we want to continue to improve, but at the same time, you have to understand that because of the level at which we are at, the market at which we shop in now, it's such a small market, and there's so many big clubs around that don't want to lose these players because they want to also remain competitive. That niche market, it just becomes almost impossible to shop in. But if you are going to improve the team, these are the players that can improve your team. And so when you're going for a possibility of 5 players in world football that will improve you, it's really difficult. It's really difficult. It's really difficult to even have a financial discussion with the proposed seller, because they know this as well, and they're going to want to charge an enormous amount of money, and then as well, these players know their worth. They're going to want an enormous package. And when you're in a world where it's real, like I feel like a lot of people don't um now going off on a tangent a little bit, but I'll find my way back. A lot of people think that, Arsenal, yeah, this Vinny Jr. thing, it's obvious that we have money. Yeah, we have money, but we're only going after certain players. We're not just going to buy people for the sake of it and end up with a Jesus, a Vieira, Nelson, and so forth, that we have, and we're trying to sell them and nobody wants them. We don't want to end up with players. Same reason why we shouldn't buy Ezri Konsa. The same reason why it makes a lot more sense to go for Kwanzaa. Um, but to get back on track, guys, it is really, really, really difficult. And it's also difficult because you don't know that when these players come in, what is going to translate to. You don't know if they're going to be like a Solis and a Gimares, and off the bat, they just start performing. Or you're going to spend $130 million, 160, 200 million on a player and have an enormous regret. So with that being said, you have to look for those level raisers, but you have to be sensible. But guys, let me know what you thought about Crystal Palace scores preseason and in the game, Community Shield game against Man City yesterday. Let me know what you think. If you think his numbers are going to be high, I personally do. I think all evidence points to that. I think all of that, you know, apprehension and wondering how he's going to translate to a higher league. I think he's already. I'm not saying that he's going, nothing can go wrong, but I'm just saying that when the evidence is there, then it's hard to fight against it, right? So far so good. Leave a comment and let me know, if you think we should buy somebody and why you think that person would be an improvement and Solis and even Martinelli, since Martinelli is still at the club. I know we're trying to move him on, but let me know who you think would be an absolute. I know, no hype beast stuff, guys. Like, let me really know. Like, what is the real evidence that points to player, superstar, possibly coming and being better than Salas? What's the evidence? Um, yeah, and let me know what you think about the game. uh, Friday that we're going to. I think it's Coventry City that we have. Who you think should start? So, guys, so going into that game, I think for Friday, I think Friday morning you can look for a lineup prediction, a video. I'll probably do a short or a long video on the lineup prediction and a pre-game preview. And I'll also, after the game, I'll do a post-match preview, and I'll do player ratings, and I'll also just dive into some of the things that we've seen, some of the things that were done well, and some of the things that still need a lot of work. Obviously, it's the first game, and so we're not, we expect a high level, but we're not expecting absolute perfection right now because there's things and methods that we're still trying to figure out. But anyways, guys, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace and love, and we're out.